going to be the power steering delete, and I might get a little bit into the brake lines too, because we're deleting ABS, so we have to remake all the front brake lines. But I'm going to go through and show you basically how I'm going to delete my power steering and how I'm going to run the lines and all the fittings that I'm going to buy. I'm going to try and put part numbers in here for you guys so you know like what to buy, so you can just go to your auto parts store and buy the fittings and stuff that I'm going to use. But sure, and we'll get right into it, and I'll meet you guys at the shop. Okay, so real quick, I already put one fitting in. This is, I'll show you, I have the part number and everything. I have another one in the bag over there, but this is one of the power steering lines, and the other one that goes in this hole is this hard line right here. This, I believe, is a 14 to take it out. This is a 14 open-end wrench, or if you have line wrenches, but I just use the box. This one is a 17. So I'm gonna go show you the fittings that I bought. This is a 1/4 inch MBT to -6 AN fitting, and this is a 3/8 MPT to -6 fitting. So I'm going to use -6 AN lines to go from the power steering rack, a little reservoir that I'm probably going to put right here. I seen a bunch of the Chase Base kit mounts it to this bolt, so I just might need to make a little bracket to go from this hole right here, maybe like this way and up, and I'll mount like a little reservoir like right here. But it's got to be at least higher than these two lines. So let's go ahead and I'll get this other line, this other fitting off, and we'll get some Teflon on, and we'll get some Teflon on that new fitting, and we'll put the new fitting in, and we could just, I guess, figure out where we're going to put some of the other stuff, and maybe we'll start taking the brake lines apart today too. But let me grab a 17 to get that fitting off, and I'll be right back. And normally, this is the fitting I already bought and put in. This is the 1/4 inch MPT to -6 AN fitting. Some people will take a 1/4 inch MPT to just a barbed fitting, a 3/8 barbed fitting, and they'll loop this to this so that the fluid stays in the line. But we're gonna basically do the same thing, except we're going to mount a reservoir for right here and run two -6 AN lines to here, so that if the system ever catches an air bubble like I was telling you about before, it'll just refill itself and it'll always have fluid, and we'll never worry about it running dry. So I'm going to grab a 17, and we're going to take this line off too, and I'm going to see if the fitting I bought is the right one. I don't think it's going to leak either. I put a good amount of Teflon on there. It should definitely be good, but that's pretty much exactly what we're going to want. Both of those are both converted to -6 AN lines. Perfect. Now we're just going to have to make a reservoir, and we're going to get rid of pretty much all of this junk right here. Even the fuel line. The fuel line we're going to have to probably wait until the motor's in, because I'm going to break it in with the stock fuel setup. But I could get rid of a bunch of this stuff, and we'll see. But that's basically what we're going to do for the power steering. Alright, so I got both of those fittings in. So we're just going to have to figure out where we're going to mount a reservoir tank. I think I'm just going to put one right there where I showed you on the front subframe. We're going to go through and try and take out some of like this stuff. I don't really need this fucking canister or this charcoal canister down here, but I do have to go through emissions again. So I think I might film taking it all out, so that way I know where to put it back, put it when I need to put it back in. So we're gonna start taking all that stuff out now, and it's really not too crazy. I think it's only 2 or 3 vacuum like vents and vacuum lines that I don't really need. So I mean, I'll just start taking all this stuff off. Alright, so this is pretty much already unhooked, so we're not going to use this. I don't really know where all these went. I guess I'll have to figure that out when I put it back in. For emissions, if I even need this for emissions, I probably could just plug it in and I think hook some of these up. I'll figure out how to hook all these up. I'm not too worried about this. This is going to be fairly simple. So we could just throw this over there into the pile of stuff I'm going to need. But for this charcoal canister, that goes to this. I'm pretty sure this whole thing's for the charcoal canister too. Yeah, it's just there to there. I'm not going to need any of this, so I could take this. I'm pretty sure it's just a vent. That's just a vent because this doesn't go to nothing. On up here, this doesn't go to anything, so this is just a vent. I could unhook that. I'm going to go underneath the car and follow this and see where this goes because it goes underneath the car. But these two are the fuel lines down here, so I'm going to leave these for now. I'm going to try to chase this down underneath the car and see where it goes. And the only other one that goes underneath the car for this charcoal canister is this fat one. Oh, that actually loops to this. So I guess I could just figure out where that goes underneath the car, and I might be able to just unhook that. It might just be a vent that I don't even really need. I could just leave it in until I need to go through emissions. I could just plug all this back in and be done. But I'm going to go underneath the car real quick and look at that and see where it goes. We're just going to keep moving on. I'm going to see what I could do about all of this harness over here underneath the battery tray. I might try to get rid of some of it. I'm not going to need all of this up here for the ABS because we're taking ABS out. So half of this harness I don't even need. And maybe we could run this headlight harness. Maybe we could run this headlight harness through the other side, through the fender, and this side will be completely clean. Besides, I'm going to leave the battery in the stock location. Fuse box, I'm not going to relocate any of that, but I'm going to get rid of this, and we're going to have to remake all the brake lines. Alright, what's going on? So it's actually the next day, and I went and got all the fittings and stuff for the power steering to make the little reservoir and everything, just instead of looping the lines. So this is the little setup that I made. I made this at work. It's not the greatest thing, but it'll do the job. It's definitely not pretty, but this is how I have the lines. I have all the part numbers and everything for all the AN lines, but it's pretty simple. Now you just fill this with power steering fluid, and it should keep the rack fed with power steering fluid, so that it doesn't have any slack in it, and there's no air in the system or anything. And it's vented so that if it does burp air could escape, so fluid could go in. And that's pretty much it.